Doing your job as a parent if you allow your child to wake up for a new day, touch an iPhone, touch an iPad, watch cartoons before they do anything. How are they going to create success within the day?
I've been seeing a number of videos lately with comments that are talking about how millennial parents are being a little bit too strict on their kids. Now, I don't know personally if that's the case. I'm curious on what your thoughts are. Some people seem to think that because we're giving kids chores and things like that, that's a little bit too strict for this generation. And others are saying that it's not happening enough. So let me know what you think in the comments below.
So it is officially summer break, but that does not mean that my children get to relax, chill out. Here are things that my kids have to do every single day. They are 6 and 8 that they have to do every single day. Number one, they have to read for 25 minutes each. I make my youngest read to me just because she needs that accountability and she just needs a little bit more help reading. She's only in kindergarten, but my oldest, who is 8, she can read independently. So she just gets to read whatever book she chooses for 25 minutes. They have to write in their journal for 10 minutes a day. I don't care what they write about. That's completely up to them. They just need to be writing for 10 minutes. If they get up, if they stop, if they get distracted, I add time. But 10 solid minutes of writing. And if they come to me and they're like, oh, well, what should I write about? I just tell them, write about what you did yesterday. It's just simple, easy, just write. The other thing is they're responsible for their spaces in the house, cleaning their room, cleaning their playroom, making their beds, picking up their toys. That also has to be done. My oldest has to practice piano for 15 minutes every single day. They also have to call a relative. Again, I don't care who it is. They can call their cousin, they can call their grandmas. They have to be in contact with someone in their extended family every single day. This is just because I want to teach them the importance of family and community and having them pour into their village with all the people who pour into their lives every single day. And even outside of all of that, they only get an hour of screen time, literally not a second more. It's a combined screen time. So it's not like you can have an hour on the iPad and an hour on the TV. It's an hour total. I really want them to be outside. I want them to be playing with each other. I want them to just be doing something other than looking at a screen all summer long. I'm always looking to add rules and chores and requirements to their list. They get $30 in allowance every single month. And if they complete their chores, and they earn a percentage of their allowance every single day that moves towards getting the full $30.
Unpopular opinion, I think today's generation of parents are causing more damage to our children long term than any generation prior. Now, I understand what I'm saying. I know older generations would have witnessed some horrible things like their mums getting beaten up and dad's never present and all that kind of stuff. I'm aware. My concern for these kids long term is the mental health issues that they're going to have. And it's not from a lack of their parents not loving them. I think it's the complete opposite. I think their parents love them so much now. The pendulum has swung so far the other way that parents are soft. We don't let our kids struggle. We solve every problem. We cushion every fall. And I think kids are going to grow up with no confidence, no resiliency. We don't ever discipline our kids, it seems like these days. If they're throwing a tantrum, here's an iPad, here's a TV, distract them. I just don't want to hear it. It's just never been easier to be a lazy parent.
Doing your job as a parent if you allow your child to wake up for a new day, touch an iPhone, touch an iPad, watch cartoons before they do anything. How are they going to create success within the day? Their mind is already hijacked by this dopamine hit. Your job as a parent is to give them a foundation in the morning, making their bed, mastering their space, purifying their body, brushing their teeth, being grateful for a new day. This new day is a gift.
I don't know what kind of parent you are, but we probably couldn't hang out. My wife and I are very direct with our kids. So when they ask what a kidnapper is, we don't just tell them, oh, it's a really bad man that likes to take kids. I tell them, no, these people take children, they rip your clothes off, and they touch you in weird places, and then they cut your throat. I'm not beating around the bush for my kids. I want them to be aware of what actually is going on in the world these days. I want them to be a little afraid of the idea that not everybody's a person. Even if they act like they are, they're not, and you can't trust them. When parents try to code it, I don't care how old they are, they can understand at that level what's going on. We're extremely direct. I talk to them like they're adults because they can understand, and they should understand, the severity of every situation in life and not be sugarcoated.
Comes to the conclusion that millennials are just terrible parents. They birthed iPad kids. They kids can't read. I used to think that teachers were being dramatic with the whole they can't read. I was like, well, surely they're just reading below their grade level. No, some of these kids can't read. I'm like, oh. That's crazy. These kids is in school drinking on camera. At least when kids did that back in the day, they had enough sense not to film themselves. They letting their kids watch baddies, and I know some people are like, well, when I was younger, I watched BACKLASH Club. First of all, that's not great. But we're not going to act like baddies and baggers club is the same level of ratchet. It's not. Lastly, and this one is probably the biggest reason, they exploit their children online so much to a point that it makes me uncomfortable. Like, I look at the shares of some of these pictures and videos they put out of their children, and I just be like, wow, like, I wonder what they're doing with little Tom and Sarah's videos.
Kids aren't going to school anymore, and I don't know what to think.
Okay, so this is actually like a much bigger deal than people really think that it is. So I'm a real life teacher. I've been teaching and working in schools for 7 years now. And here's the deal with this. So we've got so many kids that aren't showing up to school. And then now, for some reason in public education, there's this whole idea that you should never fail kids. Like, it's a bad thing to fail kids, which I get. Sometimes you shouldn't fail kids. But we've got these kids that never come to school, and then they get passed to the next grade, and they do this for years and years and years. And then they end up graduating, and they've really never been to school. Like, they're chronically gone all the time. And this is not a good thing. And most teachers would agree, we got to stop doing this. And parents, please send your kids to school. Please just send them to school. And if public school isn't your thing, that's totally fine. Just homeschool your kids. But please just give them some sort of education. Don't withhold education from kids.
Unpopular opinion, but my kids do not watch TV during the week at all. I'm not a strict parent, but I am a strategic parent. Here are 3 rules in my home that protect my kids' focus. Rule number 1, no TV at all during the week. Low concentration span is one of the biggest problems for school-going kids. Mine are still young, and I don't need them constantly chase constant stimulation from TV and all of that from their young little brains. I want them learning how to sit, think, imagine, focus, play, and not always waiting for a screen to actually entertain them. Rule number 2, no phones and no tablets. It's not just about distractions. There are so many things that I myself may not have control over what my kids get to see unknowingly while they have a phone or a tablet. I'd rather them explore the real world, ask questions, have fights with their siblings, play, imagine, draw. And I really don't want them to do this thing where they quickly want to finish a task, for example, homework, because they want to get back to their tablet or playing on their phone. No, they need to be outside. They need to be doing anything else but being in front of the screen all the time. Rule number 3, I ask them about their day every single day. Detail, like, how was your day? What did you do? Who did you play with? How did you feel about your day? Were you sad? What made you happy? All of that. I want to connect with my kids. It also enables them to really build on their vocabulary and their communication skills. So I get to know where they are. And if there are any concerns that maybe the teacher didn't get, I get to know about them. And because of that, all of my kids, all 3, are yappers for days.
I know that there are a lot of parents and even teachers that seem to think that maybe what's happening at home is sort of translating into the classroom. So for example, some parents are just not giving any strictness at home at all. And some individuals are seeing that the kids are coming to school in a certain way that doesn't actually help with society. They may be out in society and it's also not helping in terms of maybe their kids are running rampant and who knows what's happening. So I'm curious on your side what you think it is. Is it that, hey, you know what, the parents themselves probably need to encourage some more of this strictness like you saw in the videos, or should we lighten up a little bit and let kids be kids? I'm going to do another video that talks a little bit more about kids being kids, and curious on your thoughts there too. Leave a comment below and I'll see you in the next video.